guys, it's Erica. Welcome back to my channel and another week of What's for Dinner ideas. I'm currently sitting in front of my bedroom window because I am forever trying to find the best lighting, and this is where it is today. It is a gloomy, rainy day, and you know, it's always a struggle to find good lighting, but I'm wearing bright yellow, so hopefully that will brighten up the video. But really quick, before I jump into the recipes, I want to say a special shout out to a couple of brothers out there that I hear love to watch my channel. So Keaton and Colton, your mama told me that you boys really love to watch my videos, especially like my cooking and my What's for Dinners. So this video is dedicated to you boys. And your mama is so sweet, and I'm sure you already know this, but she always leaves me the nicest comments. She always says the most positive, kind things, and so I really, really love her. And I know that you boys, if you're anything like your mama, I love you too. And she tells me that you're really sweet boys. So I'm so happy to know that you love the videos. So I just want you to know that, and I'm going to keep making them, so make sure you keep watching. Okay, so for my first dinner idea, this was Super Bowl Sunday, so I was also vlogging. It was a little crazy, and I didn't get all the footage that I thought I did or hoped I would. So we had oven-baked tacos and amazing, delicious queso. So this was just some ground chicken. I just cooked it with some taco seasoning and water, and half of this was going to go for my tacos and half for my queso. So after I cooked the meat, I used the same pan and just made the queso with that. I just put some half and half and sliced American. This is Missy's white queso dip from Love Missy XO, but I did dress it up a lot. I added some pepper jack cheese and then a whole bunch of other things, which I will let you know in a minute. And I will also type this all out down below and let you know what I did. So for the other, half of the ground chicken, we just put it in these corn tortilla shells with some Mexican shredded cheese, and super easy, just closed them up. I sprayed the top with non-stick cooking spray, and I covered it with a sheet of foil and then another pan on top, and then eventually I took that pan off. It wasn't browning enough. So but here is the queso, and I added like ground chicken and rotel, black beans, cilantro, red onion. It was to die for. I'm telling you, it was like restaurant quality. So good. Those tacos I didn't really love so much. Probably won't make those again. They were a little dry. But that was our dinner this night, and it was that dip, I'm telling you, amazing. I also made some brownie sundaes for dessert. So there's a little look at that. That was so good. So this next night, I tried a new recipe I found on Pinterest. It's called Ritz Chicken, and I did change it up a little bit, but I'll link the recipe down below. The original recipe, it calls for a can of cream of chicken soup and then sour cream and some spices. I used Italian seasoning and garlic and salt and pepper. And instead of sour cream, because I'm not a huge fan, I actually used French onion French onion dip. And it actually was really good. It just gave it extra flavor, and it has those little bits of onion, which I love. So I just mixed all that together, and then I cooked, I think that was, I don't know, 1 or 2 chicken breasts, depending on how much. I think it was only one, huge one. I cooked it and shredded it, and then I put all of that into a buttered casserole dish. This is a smaller dish. It's not a big, huge one, so I guess you could adjust it to how much you needed. And then I got 2 sleeves of Ritz crackers. You can see I already crushed one, and I'm just showing you how I did it. Just when it's in the package, just makes it easier. Just crushed it up, put it in a bowl, and then I added some butter to that. And if you guys have never smelled Ritz crackers with butter, it is heaven in a bowl. Oh my word. So that is going to be the topping for the chicken, and it just gives it that crunch and some extra flavor, and we really liked it. So I think I'm definitely going to be trying this recipe again. So like I said, I'm going to link it down below. I can't remember. I think I cooked it at 350, but this is what it looked like when it came out, bubbly and toasted on top. So good. You definitely want to try those Ritz with butter, and that would make a good topping on lots of things. And then I just paired it with a side salad, and I made some baked potatoes, and it was so good. I would definitely recommend potatoes with this dish. It was so good with the bite of chicken and then the baked potato. Really good. So this night I tried another new recipe from Pinterest, and I gotta say this wasn't my favorite. It was actually a chicken Parmesan bake. It's kind of, I sort of doctored it up a little bit, but it's just some thin sliced chicken breasts, and then you put garlic and Italian seasoning on top of that. And then you're just gonna like layer everything together. This recipe calls for mozzarella cheese, and I just sort of had a bunch of different cheeses in my refrigerator, and so I thought I would just use them all up. So I put a jar of marinara, this is just the ragu, I love ragu, marinara sauce over the top of it, and so far so good. Then you're supposed to put like a bag of cheese on top. Well, I only had a little bit of mozzarella, and so I just finished that bag off, and then I had some sliced provolone, so I thought I would throw that in there. And then I also put some Parmesan on top of that. And so I guess if I had put like the cheese like it said, like, you know, a good thick layer, then this next step would have been better. But you use croutons and you want to crush them all up. I just used the jar, and these are, I don't know what flavor, but just any croutons you like. And they did get soggy, and so I think if I had had enough cheese, maybe they wouldn't have been as soggy, but they did get really soggy. So I'm not really sure that I would make this again. If I did, I would probably make sure there was enough cheese separating the croutons from the moisture. And I also layered this cheese on top, and this does have a lot of moisture in it too, but this is my favorite Parmesan, just this fresh, not Parmesan, mozzarella, fresh mozzarella balls. You can find these in the deli section. They are so good. I love this on pizza. It's my favorite. So I just layered that on top, and that might be why it was too wet and the croutons got soggy. And I mean, nobody complained, everybody ate it, so maybe they liked it. It wasn't my favorite though, but I will link the original recipe from Pinterest down below. So I just covered this and baked it until it was bubbly, and I did forget to show this on the plate, but I did show you what it looked like in the pan after we'd already taken some out. You can also, I think the recipe says to cube the chicken, and that would probably be easier to serve it, but we just used some pasta on the side and some corn to go with that. This next recipe is a homemade barbecue sauce. Not homemade, kind of homemade. You use jarred sauce first as your base. And I had already cooked some chicken breasts in my crock pot, and I shredded them in this bowl, and then I just added the barbecue sauce, and then 1/4 cup of Italian dressing, and 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and some salt, and then about a teaspoon or two of Worcestershire sauce, however you say it, and mix that together, and then poured that over my chicken in the crock pot. This was really good. It was definitely better than just plain old barbecue sauce. So I think I'll be using this when I make this again, but I like to shred my chicken and take any of the fat or anything out of it, drain the juices, and then I just let it warm through for probably about 15-20 minutes in the crock pot. And it was really good, and we just served it on some potato rolls and some coleslaw on the side, and everybody really liked this. So that is it for these simple, easy recipes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for watching Colton and Keaton. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.